You've tried eating healthier. You've tried walking more. And still, that stubborn belly fat won't budge. It's frustrating, isn't it? But here's the part that most people, even many doctors, don't tell you. It's not just about diet. It's not just about exercise. And it's definitely not about willpower. If you're over 60 and your belly fat seems stuck, there's a good chance the real culprit is a single hormone, cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone. Cortisol isn't bad. In fact, it helps you wake up, stay alert, and respond to stress. But when it stays elevated, especially from chronic stress, poor sleep, or inflammation, it becomes a problem. Here's what high cortisol does. Locks fat around your waist, breaks down muscle, wrecks sleep and energy, increases cravings, ages your body faster from the inside out. And the older we get, the less resilient our hormone systems become, meaning even small stressors can throw everything off balance. But here's the good news. You can reset your cortisol naturally. Gentle habits, done daily, can calm your nervous system, support hormone balance, and unlock fat loss where it matters most. And we're about to show you how. Let's dive into what's spiking your cortisol and how to fix it starting today. Cortisol gets a bad rap, but the truth is, it's not the enemy. This hormone plays a key role in managing blood sugar, reducing inflammation, and even helping with memory and alertness. In balance, it's your friend. But after age 60, something shifts. Your body becomes more sensitive to stress, and what used to be minor, like a bad night's sleep, loneliness, inflammation, or mild dehydration, can now trigger a major hormonal response. The result? Cortisol goes from helpful to harmful. When cortisol stays elevated, here's what happens. Your blood sugar spikes. Your metabolism slows down. Your body locks fat around your belly to protect your organs. 2.5. Your muscles begin to break down. Your cravings increase, especially for sugar and carbs. And fat burning? It completely stalls. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that older adults with high cortisol levels had significantly more visceral belly fat, even when they consumed the same number of calories as their peers with balanced cortisol. So if you feel like your body is holding on to belly fat no matter what you eat or how much you walk, cortisol might be the hidden switch keeping the fat locked in place. But here's the good news. You can flip that switch. Naturally, gently, and in just a few minutes a day. No restrictive diets. No punishing workouts. No expensive supplements. Just a few simple, science-backed changes that calm your nervous system, balance your hormones, and tell your body, it's safe to let go. And once cortisol calms down, your metabolism begins to wake up, often faster than you'd think. So, what's the first and easiest thing you can do today to lower cortisol and start burning belly fat naturally? Let's start with something you already have at home, and it only takes 2 minutes in the morning. Fix number 1, the 60-second extended exhale trick. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, anxious, or like your body is stuck in stress mode, you're not alone. After 60, even small stressors, like running late, worrying about family, or sleeping poorly, can trigger an exaggerated stress response in the body. And that response? It often comes in the form of elevated cortisol, your main fat-storing hormone. But here's the great news. You can reset your stress response in just 1 minute. No pills, no apps, no special equipment. All you need to do is breathe, with intention. It's called the extended exhale trick. And it's my go-to anytime I feel off balance. Here's how it works. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through pursed lips for 6 to 8 seconds. Repeat this cycle 5 to 6 times. That's it. Just a few slow, controlled breaths. But what's happening inside your body is powerful. When you elongate the exhale, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your brain and body responsible for rest, recovery, and repair. This is the exact opposite of the fight or flight mode that spikes cortisol and stores belly fat. In fact, Harvard Medical School researchers found that breathing with an extended exhale lowers cortisol faster than meditation or even some forms of medication. Why does it work so well? Because your breath is hardwired into your nervous system. A short, fast breath tells your brain you're in danger. A long, slow exhale tells it, You're safe now. And once your body believes it's safe, it lets go of the fat it's been holding just in case. I do this before every meal to prepare my digestion. I do it before bed to calm my thoughts. And I definitely do it whenever I feel frustrated or overwhelmed. It's not just a calming tool, it's a fat loss strategy. Because cortisol doesn't need a lecture, it needs a signal. And that signal is your breath. Now, breath is powerful. But what if I told you that one simple before bed habit could take this even further? Improving your sleep, shrinking your waist, and resetting your entire hormone rhythm overnight. Fix number 2. Cortisol. Sync sleep, not more sleep, better timing. If you're going to bed late and waking up tired, even after a full night's sleep, your cortisol might be stuck on the wrong schedule. Because when it comes to shrinking belly fat after 60, it's not just about how long you sleep, it's about when you sleep. Here's why timing matters more than most people realize. Your body runs on a 24-hour internal clock known as the circadian rhythm, and between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., your brain and body enter their deepest repair cycle, where cortisol is cleared, fat-burning hormones rise, and cellular healing kicks in. But if you're still awake, watching television, scrolling your phone, or even just mentally wired, you miss that hormonal reset. Your brain thinks you're in danger, and instead of calming down, it cranks cortisol up. The result? Fat stored around your belly, increased blood sugar, slower metabolism, poor insulin sensitivity, more cravings and fatigue the next day. A study published by the Sleep Research Society confirmed it. Seniors who went to bed by 10 p.m. had lower belly fat and better metabolic health, even when they slept less overall than those who stayed up later. So, no, you don't need 9 hours. You just need to sync your sleep with your hormones. Here's how to do it. Dim lights after 8 p.m. to trigger melatonin production naturally. Turn off screens at least 30 minutes before bed. Blue light disrupts your body's nighttime cues. Sip calming herbal tea like chamomile, lemon balm, or magnesium blends around 9 p.m. to relax the nervous system. Yuchi. Get in bed by 9:45 p.m. even if you don't fall asleep immediately. Just resting in the dark helps your body shift into repair mode. This small shift can have a massive impact because sleep isn't just about rest. It's about repair, reset, and renewal. But cortisol doesn't just spike at night. It also rises when your blood sugar crashes during the day. And that's why the next fix might surprise you, especially if you've been skipping breakfast. Fix number 3. Get 10 minutes of morning sunlight, bare-eyed. If you're looking for one of the simplest, most powerful ways to reduce belly fat and balance cortisol, don't reach for a supplement. Just step outside. Every morning, before breakfast, before screens, before the day gets going, I go outside for 10 minutes of natural light. And here's the key. No sunglasses. No glass between you and the sky. Just bare-eyed light. Why? Because morning sunlight resets your internal clock. It tells your brain, it's morning, release cortisol now. Wind it down later, not all day. Set your sleep hormones to rise on time tonight. You say, cortisol isn't bad. It's mistimed. The problem isn't having cortisol. The problem is when cortisol stays elevated all day and into the evening. According to a study in the Journal of Chronobiology, seniors who got 10-15 minutes of direct sunlight within 2 hours of waking showed lower evening cortisol levels, better, deeper sleep quality, fewer sugar and carb cravings, less belly fat over just 90 days. And it's not hard. You don't need to go hiking. You don't even have to walk. Just step onto your porch. Sit by a window with direct light. Breathe. Relax. Let the sun reach your eyes and skin. That light travels straight to your hypothalamus, your brain's master clock, and realigns your entire hormone system. This one shift can reduce cortisol before it becomes a problem. And over time, it helps your energy, mood, and metabolism all stay in sync. Let the light in and let the stress go. But while morning light sets your rhythm, what you eat next can either calm cortisol or spike it sky high. And that's why fix number 4 is all about breakfast, and the one thing you should never skip after 60. Fix number 4, the anti-cortisol drink that stops belly bloat. If you're like most seniors, your day starts with a hot cup of coffee, maybe even before breakfast. But here's what most people don't realize. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach, especially after 60, can spike cortisol and blood sugar, setting off a chain reaction that leads to belly fat, bloat, and mid-morning energy crashes. That's why I swapped my first drink of the day. And the difference? It's been remarkable. Instead of coffee, I start with a simple, soothing blend I call my anti-bloat brew. Warm water, a slice of lemon, a dash of cinnamon. That's it. But here's what it does. Lemon supports liver function, which helps your body flush out excess cortisol more efficiently. Cinnamon helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce post-meal insulin spikes, a major trigger for cortisol and belly fat. Warm water gently wakes up digestion without shocking your system the way coffee can. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that cinnamon consumption lowers both fasting glucose and cortisol levels, especially in adults over 60. And unlike coffee, which can leave your stomach acidic and your body jittery, this drink sets the stage for calm digestion, balanced energy, and a flatter belly. I still enjoy coffee, just after breakfast, never before. Because the first thing you put in your body in the morning tells your hormones what kind of day it's going to be. This drink isn't fancy, but it works. And over time, that small daily shift can melt away bloat, reduce cravings, and help your cortisol stay in check naturally. But as important as your first sip is, your first bite matters just as much. And in fix number 5, we'll talk about the one breakfast combo that helps burn belly fat, even if you're not a big morning eater. Fix number 5, the cortisol-busting movement. Most seniors skip. When it comes to belly fat and hormone health, most people think they need to hit the gym or push themselves through sweaty cardio sessions. But after 60, intensity can actually raise cortisol, making stubborn fat even harder to lose. The solution? Gentle, rhythmic movement, the kind that tells your nervous system, you're safe, you can relax now. And the best form of that movement? Walking with intention. No fancy routines. No equipment. No gym required. A study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who walked outdoors for just 15 minutes a day saw a 33% drop in cortisol levels, significant improvement in waist-to-hip ratios, better mood, sleep, and digestion. But it's not just walking, it's how you walk that makes the difference. Here's how I upgrade mine. Breathe in for 4 steps, out for 6. This extended exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, lowering stress on the spot. Smile while you walk. It may sound silly, but smiling signals the brain to release feel-good hormones and stimulates the vagus nerve, enhancing your body's natural calming system. I call it walking for wellness. It's not about speed or steps, it's about rhythm and presence. Because when your body feels grounded and safe, your hormones follow and cortisol steps back. Even 10-15 minutes a day can retrain your system to let go of tension, stop storing fat, and start burning it naturally. Walking isn't just movement, it's medicine, especially when done with mindfulness and joy. And now that your body's calmer, your hormones more balanced, and your belly less bloated, there's just one final fix that completes the picture, and it starts with your fork. You've heard it before, belly fat is about what you eat and how much you move. And yes, food and fitness play a role. But after 60, the deeper truth is this. Your body won't burn fat if it doesn't feel safe. And the biggest threat to that safety? Chronically elevated cortisol, the inner flame of stress. When cortisol is high, your body holds on, stores fat, slows digestion, disrupts sleep, and throws hormones out of rhythm. But when you calm that flame, your biology responds with trust. And that's when fat loss begins, naturally. It doesn't take a complete overhaul. It starts with small, intentional signals to your nervous system. One breath to tell your heart to slow down. One sip of something warm and gentle. One morning of bare-eyed sunlight. Portiop. One walk with a smile. One earlier bedtime that says, let's rest now. These aren't just habits. They're messages to your body. You're safe now, you can let go. And when your body feels safe, it stops storing. It starts releasing. Even the most stubborn belly fat. Which of these calming fixes will you start with today? Drop your choice in the comments, We're cheering you on every step of the way.